We're live. Awesome. YouTube says I'm live. I'm hoping I'm live. I'm trying to stream a little bit more. But hey guys, what's going on? Today we're going to be making a song where you guys get to call the shots as my subscribers. Feel free to chat. I'm reading the chat as we go, and I'm doing my best to remake whatever you guys want, or make what you guys want, from type of genre to BPM and all that stuff. We'll dive into Ableton in just a few minutes here. I need to change my bit rate. I wonder if I can how can I up my bit rate? Anyone know how I can up my bit rate? Let's see. Also, how's everyone doing this morning, huh? Let's get some freaking chats going. What's up, Jimmy? Good to see you. Good to see you in chat. I don't know how to up my stream health. It just says it's lower than the recommended bit rate. How do I even up my bit rate? Can someone please help me up my bit rate on this stream? Is it an OBS setting? I'm going to OBS preferences. I'm going to stream. I don't see an option for bit rate. Output. Bit rate. Oh, I'm about to up the bit rate. Here we go. Gonna up the bit rate to 23500. This is like the most boring, confusing thing. Let's see. 23500. Okay. All right. I upped the bit rate. Hopefully that helps. I'd have to end stream and restart it. Are you serious? I'd have to end it and restart it? You can't. Ah, my goodness. Well, maybe you guys can let me know if at least like it's clear and you can see everything, you can hear everything. If the quality's good. And then we'll just freaking get cracking. Also, let me know how that Ableton volume is compared to my talking. Yeah, you might be right on that one. JDYO. What's good, man? Can you produce something like Fred again? Nice. All right. Glad that everything is loud and clear. Yeah, so this is just a dubstep song that I made before that's like super loud to test the audio levels. So as long as we're good there, then we can just get cracking on this. Let me go ahead and make sure that I can just see chat and I don't have anything else distracting me. You look good, man. Thank you. Thank you so much. Welcome, everybody. It's good to have you here. We got 26 of you guys chilling in. You look like Layla with those headphones. like Leia. I know. Check out this double chin, too. Hello. Someone's been eating a little too much, a little too often. I'll tell you that much. Awesome. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Let's have you guys go ahead and go ahead and throw some genres out in the chat. And I'll look through the genres and we'll see what we got going. I can turn Ableton up for sure. But we'll double check on that. Let's see what we got. Nope. Ethan, they're doing Taller with my favorite songs. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I love that song too. I love that whole album. The album Charmed was just like lovely to make, and it performed pretty well, so I was super stoked. Is there a synth pluckish sound that I would love to see you try and recreate? For hours, not creative. Maybe we can get to that at the end for the plucking sound. Can you do production reviews advice on how to make the track better? I will do that in streams in the future for sure. Ableton's pretty quiet for you. I'll definitely turn it up a little bit if it's quiet for everyone else as well. All right, we got synth pop, hard style, indie rock, fusion rock, North Korean bluegrass with a flute. That might be a little challenging. Progressive house and trance, reggae hip hop. Why aren't you using Logic? Because I use Ableton and I love it. I think it's the best. Logic is great too. I'm just not very good at it. Tech house like Jack Black positives. Folk indie. Okay, what are we feeling today? Let's decide. Let's have the first decision be between, do we want it to be more like indie, pop, rock type direction, or do we want it to be more EDM direction? Because we can do either one. EDM is very easy and quick to make. Oh, K-pop would go hard. K-pop would definitely go hard. I'm looking through these suggestions. Snake jazz, drum and bass, folk indie. I'm also trying to think of like what would be the most helpful. Cyberpunk with a touch of K-pop. All right, K-pop would be sick. K-pop's so broad though. Like I don't even know. That would basically just be pop. It's basically pop music with like Korean vocals, right? EDM, indie. All right, getting a lot of mixes here between both. All right, EDM. Use them both. Okay, we could do both for sure. Gospel, praise the Lord. I love it. All right, so let's do something a little bit more EDM, a little bit more electronic, and we can always maybe jump into another one. Maybe I'll just do a few quick ones just to get through them quickly. Minecraft music, J-Rock. Okay, let's go for an EDM genre. What do you guys think for genre of EDM? Throw out some EDM genres and we'll see what we got going. I have my own drums here. Let's see if you guys can hear this. Let's make sure Ableton is a good volume. How's this? How are those kicks? Can you guys hear that? Yeah, I could try and definitely speed run some of these genres. Yes. I just realized that I'm not showing Ableton. I apologize. I've been on this screen in my mind the whole time. But like, yeah, I apologize for that. Also, before I start, I am running a sale. I know there's some of you guys that tune in who know that I sell a course. I sell Complete Producer Pro and EDM Producer Pro, and this part of the stream is to announce that I'm doing a Cyber Monday sale, and it ends, at the end of the day. So in 11 hours and 48 minutes. So if you do want to get my courses, there's a link in the description of the stream, and you can check it out. I break down all the curriculum in that video, and you can decide if you want to sign up. But today is the cheapest it's ever going to be, so make sure you check that out if that interests you. All right, not audible. No, it's quiet. Can't hear. Okay, thank you guys for letting me know about that. Let me drag in a loop. Let's see. Let's get a Noisia loop going, and we will. All right. Okay. I'm just going to loop this, and you guys let me know if you can hear it and when it's at a good volume. And I can also check the stream myself and see how it's going. Okay, it's just super quiet, huh? Turning it up. Checking the volume. Yeah, this is my first stream in like a year. I streamed yesterday just to check the volume. This seems good. I'm like listening back on my laptop. Okay, it doesn't need to be that much louder actually. I'm gonna need it. Okay, I'll turn it back down just a little bit. I don't want it to be too loud. Let's go -22. That's better. Okay, sick. All right, so genres. I guess we could make drum and bass really quick. It's pretty easy, but we got drum and bass, progressive house. Let's do. I'm feeling something like Avicii would be sick, actually. Okay, so for an Avicii song, what I would do is I think first we need to get some like progressive house plucks going, and to do that, I would go to plugins. I need to find Serum. I'm still not used to Ableton 12 after all this time. And in Serum, I got some plucks. Let's see, what do we got? Big Z has some amazing stuff. He has amazing tutorials on YouTube too. Shout out to Big Z. But in Splice, I believe there's some progressive house presets somewhere in here that are just amazing. It's like some different progressive house plucks. Where would I even find them? This is the thing, guys. When you're not watching, I can take as much time as I want to find the oh, here they are. Okay, here we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. These are like... These are great. How do I... You know what? I think actually this one. This one might be it. No, I like the other one more. Okay. So, first thing I want to do is let's find a tempo. What's a good progressive house tempo, you guys? 125, 128? How do I make the plugin interface visible? That is a really good point about it not being visible. I guess I would just have to do, let's see. I think if I add a window video, let's see, how do I do a screen capture? Display capture? Then it'll just show everything. Okay, let's see. Ableton. Okay. This is about to get crazy. Where's screen capture? Alright. Alright, I know this kind of looks crazy right now. I think if I just use Alt, I can make it so that you guys can see Ableton only. I'll move this down here. And that way you can actually see what I'm doing. Move this out of the way. And I'll move this out of the way. Now, can you guys see Serum? Let's see. Just double checking. Troubleshooting, guys. Thank you so much for bearing with me as we learn together how to stream. It's like I can do music production, but streaming is a whole nother thing. Let me just check the stream. 128, 128, 126, 123. All right, we're going to go with 128. I'm still on Serum 1. Yeah, okay, we can see it all. Dope. Dope. So, let's go for 128 genre-wise, and we'll turn on our metronome. I want to do something kind of almost like dead mousey. I guess that's a bit of Ichi as well, but plucks. Let's do a song in the key. All right, guys, I need a song key, actually. Can you pick a song key? Something, any key. Any key. Throw something out. I know there's like a bit of a delay. My favorite free F minor. All right, F minor is also known as G sharp major. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to program it all in G major, and then I'll move it up after that. So ding, 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 ding. Dun, 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 dun. I'm like, I have a whole thing building out in my head right now. I know, and I'm not explaining it very well, but who cares? You guys are here to watch me build out a song. I'm not doing the step-by-step tutorial, although I did just release one that's like super sick, hopefully helpful. This is what I have so far. And this will go down here. We'll go 2 of these. Whoops. Dun, dun. And then that. Oh, why is that minor? Okay, here we go. Here's our chord progression. I'm going to move it down an octave, actually. Hey, come on, we're cooking now. I could do that major chord. I could, but it would be harder to do a melody with it. All right, I'm just going to sound design this sound a little bit here. I don't like how far that's going. What is even making it move that far? Let's go ahead and just remove all modulators, and then we'll apply this import to it. Alrighty. Nice. Huh. Yeah, I guess it's good enough. You don't like the last chord? I could do like a different shape with it, but I kind of like the last chord. I could do that, which is like kind of just a bass change. I'm going to leave it for now. Well, you did say change the last chord, and I did say that I would do what everyone says. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, maybe I could do this. Okay, I changed the last chord. I did what you said. Please don't attack me. We need some kind of melody thing going over this. Wait, the melody and then decide chord change, please. Okay. Add a conga loop. Let's add a freaking conga loop. All right, let's just look for conga. Is there even a conga loop in Ableton? Let's see. This conga loop is so hot. Oh, I did say that I was going to change the key to G sharp. This is going to throw everyone off. Here we go. Okay. This actually is do. That note is actually this 6th chord. So if we're in this key, oh, it's this note. So it works. It's in the right key. Or we could pitch it up. 1, 2, 3. And then we could do beats, transients. Nice. Borrow a chord. Okay, we will potentially borrow a chord if we create like another section or build after this. Let me just try to get some sort of melody going. I guess I could use Serum again, or I could use Ableton. I mean, what do we got here? What do we got here in Ableton? I haven't really used Ableton Suite hardly ever, to be honest. I don't even know what most of these things are. These are kind of crazy. Let's go with maybe Lead. That's a good start. You know what? We're just going to have to go with Serum for now. I can't do it. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I do think it's a tough progression, though. Can you imagine if I was from North England? I was just like doing a tough progression today. Let's use Rob Late. He's got some sick leads. What do we got here? That's cool. That's almost more Avicii. This is good. This is a good sound to come up with a lead sound. So I'm just going to think of one in my head as I play through the chords. I'm sorry, I keep hearing this chord as this chord. Because then, melody-wise, I can go. Ba, ba. I can't. I'm not even going to try to sing that high. Ba. Okay. Ba. 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 I'm trying to simplify it a little bit. Ba, ba, da, 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 ba. Ba, da, 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 da. Ba da 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 da. Ba ba da. I think this. da 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 da. That's what I'm trying to do. Ba da da. Ba da da. Ba da da. This has got to be so annoying to watch. All right. I think this is it. Okay. The sound is like kind of annoying, and it's not as big as I want it to be. You know what I actually want? I know what I want. Why am I like looking through all this stuff when I know exactly what I want can be found in Serum? I want like this to be this big Chainsmokers sound. All right, for a beast, let's check this chat here. Sorry guys, I haven't checked in for a little bit. Can you do that melody with a voice box? I could for sure. I don't know how to do voice box very well in Serum. I guess technically I could go like this. Let's see. Check 1 2. Like whoa 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. So. Whoa, 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 whoa. There's a delay because of the software. Whoa, 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 whoa. And then. Oh, this is hilarious. Hilarious indeed. Whoa, whoa. That's more on the right time. Okay. I have not used a vocoder in... It's got to be years at this point. Okay, this is like the right spacing of the melody. And then on this sound, I think what we would do is place a vocoder by going to Audio Effects, Vocoder. And then we route this to Serum, right? External Serum. And then... And then I think a better way to do that would probably be have this route it to this sound and do an init. Init. It's the British preset. That's actually objectively one of the funniest things I've ever said. Okay, we'll make it mono. We'll turn legato. Nice. This is our new vocoder. This is... Hey, come on. That's like adorable. There's something adorable about that. This would be cool too if we had like the chords following the melody. So like, okay, now we're getting really big brain. This is actually turning into full on like older Porter Robinson, Madeon vibes right here. I have to turn this off. So we want this to follow the melody. So it'd be like, that is, I gotta say, that's a catchy melody. That will be in my head. Nice. Lovely. And now we have the timing, so we can just copy what it does. And this one, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Right. Ba, ba, no, no, no. Yeah! Dude, I don't know about you guys, but I've been sick for like a week and I'm freaking over it. Okay, this is kind of what I was thinking. Dude, that sounds huge. And then if you like put in your big EDM clap from my EDM Producer Pro sample pack. Where's the biggest one? Oh, that's big. I think I'm feeling washed for this one. All right, let's go ahead and see. Like this is. Actually, I need to add one more thing. I was gonna say this is Maddion and Porter Robinson. One thing I need to add is a bass. So that will make it sound huge. I'm just gonna delete all these top notes. And man, I have a thing for B-bass. I don't know if anyone's been watching my channel for a while. I'm just obsessed with this bass. I'm gonna search for it, called B-bass. And it's right here. And it's just like the best sub. It's just so chunky. So I'm gonna just lower it 12 right here. Wow. All right. Here is our huge section. Oh my gosh, it's peaking so hard. Oh, let's turn this stuff down a little bit. Probably the bass 5 dB. Right. I don't like that note. Alright, I'm going to turn all this down a few dB. Make sure that we don't absolutely destroy everything. We do need OTT. We need to actually save this. Let's go to sessions. Save it as sub song 1. Save. And remember, file, collect all, and save. And that way you don't lose anything. This is definitely getting tough. It's definitely getting tough. It is giving 2010s club hit. All we need is Chris Brown. Okay, so the question is, I mean, obviously we need a kick under this. So I'm going to find a kick in my EDM Producer Pro sample pack, which has some lit kicks. This, low key, I don't use this kick very often, but it would definitely work for this. Another thing we need to do is like, we need to sidechain all these elements if we're going to have this kick going nuts like this. Let's just actually get the kick going with like none of this stuff. Hey, now it's turning into like an Afro house song. Yeah, definitely Tobu vibes for sure. We do need a B section. I want to start trying to craft a drop. Hopefully I don't pee my pants. I can beef the bass up too. All right, LFO tool. It's just such an obvious choice, guys. When you hear this, you think LFO tool. To carve out a little space for that kick drum. And here's a little pro tip in LFO tool. This little guy up here to the right, you want to drag it just to the left. Otherwise, you get a click. That's actually kind of hot. Not going to lie. Let's go for LFO tool on the conga as well. Probably don't need that much. And LFO tool probably on everything else too. Not on that. We have our vocoder. I don't even know what the drop is gonna sound like, guys. Like I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do for it. I need your help. I need to put LFO tool on these sounds clearly. I'm also like about to pee my pants. I'm about to pee my pants again. Alright, let's get this on the bass. Alright, just this is absolutely turning into club banger. Like if we put these claps in, I think it's just GG's. It's like this is Chris Brown's song from 2011. Sorry. I know you said Avicii. I know you said Avicii, and this is not Avicii at all. This is club banger. Let me check chat really quick. I know it does kind of sound nostalgic. Name Flying Horse of Candyland. Nice. Shout out to Candyland, man. My project with Josie. Good times. Make the kick fade in, maybe. Yeah, I can definitely fade the kick in. And we can also do a like for a build, we could have it go like the you know what I mean? Let's see. If this is like this. So, whoops. I think I messed something up there. Like this, and then like this, and then like this. Oh, reverse kick. Why not Kickstart? I think Kickstart's a great plugin. I just started using LFO tool first and got used to it, so that's what I'm into right now, and that will probably stay that way for a while. Why not Kickstart at 2020, bro? That's 100. Nice. We always have to pee in the most unconventional moments. Yeah, I had a good amount of water this morning. I'm chugging a Celsius. I freaking love Celsius so much. One could say a period piece. That's like exactly what this is. Doesn't have to be Avicii, but I think it needs some piano chords. Oh, that's a sick idea. Yo, Black Avane. Well, I said that right. That is what's up. And for a kick, you want a reverse kick? We got a reverse kick right here. I could have that go into like this section here. Reverse kick. That's kind of sick. Okay. This piano could this sound could totally be a piano. I think I made an instrument rack with a piano like that. Let's see. Emphasis on P. I have to pee so bad. Oh man, what do we got here? What do we got here? J piano. That might be one. I might just have to make one. You know what? I'm just gonna have to pee. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna have to pee. I think I made a screen for this in OBS. I think I made back. Oh, yeah, yeah. We could really get some vocals going. Why not kickstart? Right. I don't use Max for Live. I don't understand it. It's beyond me. I stick to like things that I know. Maybe I'm not the most adventurous producer, but I just want to say thank you for your videos. I have zero motor production knowledge. By watching 4 of your videos, I managed to make something decent. Dude, that is so sick. I love that. That's like the goal of the channel, is to get people to be able to make music. Helping ordinary people make extraordinary music. And I'm glad that it's helped you. That's freaking awesome. Do a piano, actually. That is what it's called. And everything's just missing. Ever since I switched to this computer, I'm like missing all my plugins, and I really will need to sort that out. What is a great piano we could use for this? I do have Keyscape. Keyscape might be the GOAT for this sort of thing. Let's see. Hopefully it opens. Oh, man. Oh, geez. This is embarrassing. Okay, different piano. Let's use... Ableton probably has a piano, right? I think if we just put OTT on a piano, we'll be cranking. There's a grand piano in Ableton that we could use. Not FM. Grand. Where is it? Yeah, we could just use this. Yeah. And then I'm pretty sure Avicii style is like putting a little gap. Let's see. Maybe adding another note. Whoops, definitely not that note. No. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to experiment a little bit. All right, we definitely need OTT. I know. Yeah, I did cut my hair. All right, let's not highlight that, the fact that my hair is cut. Okay. There's still a little bit back here. I shaved my beard, and you know what? The holidays have been doing me dirty. I've been, like I said, eating a little bit too much, a little bit too often. Let's get this piano cranking with an OTT. To do that, we can go to, where's effects? Audio effects. Dude, I'm telling you guys, I'm ancient. I'm stuck in the past. I'm so used to Ableton 11. I love it. It wasn't broke. Why did they need to fix it? There was nothing to fix about it. I'm trying to do this because I literally can't have Ableton 11 on my new computer. It won't let me download it. Oh. Yes. This automatically does make it way more Avicii. And I think too, if we find a different kick, because I have kicks that are definitely more Avicii than this one. That's more Avicii. That's more Avicii. All these are more Avicii than the one I'm using. I think, honestly, probably this one. Yeah, this is just a great kick. Probably why I called it Pristine Kick. So, if you really want to go Avicii style, a piano like that. I can't believe I forgot about piano. Like, piano is such a big part of the Avicii sound. So then we probably need to change our bass. Probably even like add in another bass sound with this and just have this be the sub bass. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna cry. It sounds so good already. I can't believe this is what we ended up making. I just did not expect this today. All right. I don't have Addictive Keys. I've heard really good things about it, though. Thank you for your videos, bro. Honestly, DJ Dandy NYC, thank you. I'm so glad you like my videos, for real. I mean, I put so much like work into all of this, like into Complete Producer, into the course, which is for sale today, by the way. So definitely check that out. Lowest price of the whole year. And I put a lot of work into the videos, into trying to like give you guys all the tools and information you need to be able to make music. And it's up to you, obviously, to take those tools and all that information and apply it if you want to make music, or just, you know, let me entertain you. I'm happy to do that too. Keyscape is lit. What's more addicting, chocolate, drugs, or OTT? Oh, obviously OTT and Ableton, especially if you get a good sample pack. Chocolate and drugs compressed with OTT. Jeez, Dandy NYC here with the caps lock on. Want to learn how to mix two old time songs with different tempo. First song has tempo with 80 BPM and the other has 110. If I have a video like that, please send. That's actually a great question. All you need to do is, like, when you drag something in, like let's say we have a loop here. I've got loops here somewhere. Where are they? Right here. So we have like this loop here and it's at 150 BPM. We can see our project's at 128. You just need to double click on this loop, and then in Ableton down here, you click warp, and then you put this BPM right below warp. You type in the BPM of the sample. So for you, you would drag in your song that's 80 BPM or whatever, and you'd drag the sample in, you'd click warp, and you type in 80 BPM here and press enter. And then you do the same thing with your other song, and it would line both those songs up to the BPM in Ableton, which is up here to the very left. So let's just get rid of that. Okay, we're back on track here. I mean, low key, like, man, in this era, all you'd have to do really is have a big piano like that without the LFO tool on it. This is like huge club moment. And then just like, right? I mean, you just add a kick and bass and all of a sudden it's like huge. I think another thing they would add, my all-time favorite sample is this white noise sample. That's a medicine preset, I think. MDL, where is it? I use this on so many songs. I actually made my own version of it so that I could give it to other people too. But this one is so goated, this sample right here. It just makes, let's see, like -10. It just like, just listen to this. Right? Maybe we could even do -5. It just like, it's the perfect sound. I made my own version that's in my EDM Producer Pro sample pack. That is basically the exact same thing, except I made it on my own so that I could use it. It's a little bit shorter. Same concept though. And then for a clap for this, let's find a clap straight out of the EDM Producer Pro sample pack. I mean, these are all, yeah, that, but a little bit shorter. So you just drag this in. All right, that's cool and all, but this is like what he would do, what Avicii would do. I think is he would have this melody play with the same cadence as the chords. I'm like stuttering. I've had so much Celsius this morning. All right. So let's take a look at these chords. So it'd be like da, 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 like this. It'll be a little bit different, obviously, but I think what he does is like lines the melody up. A lot of these progressive house guys do this. This is like, I don't know. I'm kind of conflicted because I miss the old melody now. I guess we could have 2 sections where they go back and forth. What do you guys think? Thoughts on Bob Dylan? Honestly, I don't really like Bob Dylan that much. I do think he's a great artist, and like I really appreciate anybody who is like very has really like developed ideas and is really good at communicating them and like stands up to, you know, fight for something. So I think I have a lot of respect for him. I don't listen to his music. Hot take. I don't like Bob Dylan, but I respect him. Okay. Bro, your videos are so much easier to understand. Thank you for that. Fair. Goth synth, acid house, X dark EDM. We could do that for sure. This is a very happy song. Can you make a video about explaining chords and music theory in more detail? I could, but I don't really know like how necessary it is for most production. And I'm trying to get people who are trying to help people get the basics so that they can get songs going real quick. This is, yeah, Swedish House. This is actually, yeah, definitely Calvin Harris style as well. Can I put a rar sound effect in the crescendo? Wow. I could totally find one or just make one myself. Can we get a listen through? Yeah, but it's not structured out at all. Let's see. This is like just a bunch of ideas compiled one after another. So these all have LFO tool on them as well, by the way. So hang on, let me just automate it so the LFO tool turns on when the chorus starts. Just like this. I'm so sorry if you're British and I'm just absolutely demolishing your accent. This is like Porter Robinson, Madeon. Loving you. It's like the loving you is easy. I'm so in love. Oh, here's our big build. Actually, don't mind this gig or this clap. What's that? What song is that? It's like, it's a David Guetta song, I think. That's what it sounds like. This is like got Chris Brown written all over it, 2010s. Modern Talking. I do know Modern Talking. I don't think that I have Massive on this computer. Oh, shout out to Native Instruments. Shout out to Massive. Let's see. Do I have it? It's probably going to be like, need to authorize. Oh, I have it. Okay, hang on. Let me put it on its own track. I forgot about Massive. I forgot also where Modern Talking is. It's probably just under M for Modern Talking, right? Oh, wait a minute. Is it or is that, is Modern Talk, get out of here. Sample and hold. Where is Modern Talking? I forgot. This is crazy. I have not opened Massive for a long time. I don't want to be mean to anyone. Native Instruments. Oh, it's right here. Yo. Oh my gosh. Holy crap, William, I forgot about this sound. Oh my gosh. Holy crap, dude. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be crazy. All right, let's. Oh man, this is gonna be so brutal. How am I gonna do this? I'm like dizzy from laughing at this. I guess I'll just do this and then this. Oh my gosh. This is right now I'm automating the modern talking to Okay, and then I have to make it mono so that it doesn't play over itself. So let's go to voicing. Mono rotate, right? Legato always? Nice, and we'll make it an octave lower. And here we have our... Bro, I can't. I forgot about that, bro. What's the plan for today's stream? Tay chillin'. Today we've just been making a kind of like... It was supposed to be an Avicii style thing, but it turned out to just sound like Chris Brown from 2010. This is what it kind of sounded like. And then we also have... Which actually sounds kind of lit. And then we have... Modern talking, which is a preset I completely forgot about. This is kind of sick though. And one little thing that would make this go harder is just a little hi-hat, to be honest. Just a little. I have some good hats in my EDM Producer Pro sample pack. Probably like this one. This one's just called Ideal. I mean, so it's probably ideal. It even sounds French. Bro, that's hilarious. Yeah, that doesn't really sound like it, but I'm happy you're having fun with it. That is modern talking. Maybe you're talking about something else. When you said modern talking, my thought was this massive wavetable called modern talking, and it's like this is iconic, bro. Iconic, like Black Eyed Peas kind of. It is. It's very much like Black Eyed Peas era. And without this conga loop, it probably has a bit more space. All right, guys. New project. This is where things get really spicy. We're going to make a brand new project. Let's pick a brand new genre. I need some suggestions, BPM, and we're just going to go for it, and we're going to make a new song. How long has this stream been happening for? How long have we been on, folks? We got 40 people watching. We've been streaming 53 minutes. So I'll do one more genre, and then we'll call it a day. But we're going to do a whole other song right now, so that's exciting. Stick with me if you're with me. I'm so glad you like the piano melody. As you'll see, I'm not exceptionally precious with these ideas that we create, because once you learn the basics, you can just pump idea out after idea out. Let's make a song that's not, let's make a genre that's not EDM so that we can balance it out. I'm definitely open for suggestions. We have piano ballad. We have deep house. I won't say definitely not EDM, but it would be nice if we could switch it up. Also, I know a lot of you guys have been staying up to date with my YouTube videos. I haven't been posting as much. I'd like to post one like helpful video a month, and then I want to try to stream once a week, if not more than once a week. For me, streaming is really fun. Like, this is great. I love being able to interact with a live audience, and yeah, it's just fun for me. And making YouTube videos, instructional videos, is like great. It's rewarding and it's good. Like, as building a business and stuff is great, but being able to talk to you guys live and interact is really is more fun for me. So I want to do that more often. But I'm gonna need some genres, guys. We have two suggestions: piano ballad, or we have modern or deep house. Let me check the Modern Talking. Modern Talking is an 80s band with producers from Germany. Oh, got it. Okay, that makes way more sense. Oh, Joe style would be sick, actually. Do you plan feedback streams? I will. I am considering doing feedback streams. Yeah, that's definitely on the docket, as they say, which I have no idea what a docket is, but it's on mine. So yes, I definitely plan on doing some feedback streams in the future. I don't know. People might just throw a bunch of links up in the chat, though, and it might get messy. So I don't really know how I'm going to do that. I need to figure it out. Also taking Airborne. Been sick for like a week, trying to see if this helps. Shout out to Ben Corey for the recommendation. All right, I don't know what selected deep house means. 80s new wave we could make very quickly, and also a Joe style song would be sick. I do want to say I value your suggestion, Solemn Somber, but we just did an EDM song, so I want to kind of try to balance it out. Make a Lovania style song. Can you show how to high pitch ad libs, background vocals, and Kanye style? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Kanye, that kind of stuff, basically, you just like... Well, let's make an 80s song, and then we'll put some high ad lib style Kanye vocals on it. For 80s, I look no further than Oliver drum samples. So I'll just type in Oliver, and I'll go to... He has literally a whole 80s sample pack. Even that. So that's such a fire snare. Let's just use that. It's like, bro. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Okay. And then I'm looking for hats. Let's see. Just like I'm looking for I just want one of those. Okay, we got some drums here. I'm gonna program them real quick. That's kind of the I'm hearing a groove in my head. I'm just gonna freaking go for it. Ugh. All right, here we go. Making a little loop here. I want it to go like double that speed. Probably use a different kick actually. We might even slow it down. Let's slow it down to like 107. Goo ga goo goo ga. Jew. Oh, that's kind of a sick pattern. A little bit too fancy, though. Actually, let's slow it down even more to 100. Yo, this is actually sick. I'm going to do a little transients trick right here. And we will just... Nice. Dude. Chat broken on stream. Seems like it got frozen. Oh no. Let me see. It seems like it's working. And we will just Nice. Is chat broken on stream? Dude. Oh, chat might be broken on stream. You little let's see what I got. Okay, is that updated now? Hopefully. Let's see. Check 1, 2. All right, go back to live. Sorry, just double checking. Oh, chat might be broken on stream. And me talking about chat being broken on stream. Just got here. That's the genre we're going for, Icarus, is we're gonna do an 80s style song, 80s new wave. We're gonna put some like Kanye high pitched ad lib vocals on it, and then we might make a Joe song if we have some time after. Justin Bieber pop style would be sick too. Do I recommend having a pre-master? What I recommend doing is on your main channel here. Oh, this is crazy. I don't have it on this Ableton. This is great because I can show you guys what to do. I would put a limiter on your master and then just make sure your song's loud enough and mixed well, and you can export it and you can upload it to DSPs and put it on Spotify and all that stuff, and you're good to go. What I do personally is I put something called Pro L2, which looks like this. It's a FabFilter plugin. I don't know why it's not opening. Why isn't it opening? What the? Oh, I guess it is open already. Okay. I put this on my master channel, and I put it on the Practically Clipping preset, which is under Loud Practically Clipping, or it might be in V1 Clipping, Almost Clipping. It's basically the same preset. And then I make sure look ahead is set to 0.18, which is kind of arbitrary. I just want it to be up a little bit, not at 0, but But if you don't have that plugin, you're like, oh man, I don't want to shell out 100, 200 bucks for that plugin, which it's totally worth it. It's like the best that I've come across for that sort of thing. Just go to audio effects. You can put a limiter on. You can even put, let's see. You could put, where is it? Either true peak limiter, or you could put independence on there. Maybe put the gain to 0, maximize standard or true peak. Let's see. Let's see how it sounds without these. Yeah. And the thought process with all this stuff is like, you want to make sure it doesn't go above 0 dB right here, because the further it goes up and up and up, it degrades the quality. And so that's the thought process behind putting a limiter on there. But I just really love Pro L2. It's my favorite. But you don't need it. I have a whole mastering method in in my courses for how to master without any third-party plugins. You can use all Ableton stuff if you want. So I kind of want to add some actual guitar to this. I feel like I have to. I know I gotta stop stuttering. I also gotta drink some of my Airborne. This podcast is sponsored by Airborne. Did it still get frozen? It's working, right? Something sampling. Just got here. What's the genre we're going for? Bro. It kind of is frozen. How do I fix this, guys? I think I know what I can do to fix this. If I go here, well, first of all, yeah, okay, I think I know what to do. So we have chat, which is chat OBS. But what we actually want this to be is Google Chrome live streaming YouTube Studio, which is this. So we say okay. And then chat OBS. And then we, yep, hang on, bear with me. Bear with me. I'm already becoming an expert, streamer. Oh, yeah. This is a foolproof method. My whole life, I thought it was foolproof. As it turns out, it's foolproof, which is ironic because I was a fool for saying it wrong my whole life. All right, now we are freaking locked with chat. I don't want to hear any more ifs, ands, or buts. I don't want to hear any more buts. Why is this showing up below it? Okay. How does that look now? If I get that out of the way. Is that just pure chaos, or can you actually see it? I scaled it down. Sorry, I'm just double checking the chat. I guess it's still covering my face, which doesn't even make any sense. Hang on. Everything's like delayed, so I have to wait a second. We're going to get into this 80s song in like 5 seconds here. Just want to make sure everything looks good for you guys. If I move that out of the way, the chat's still in the way. Great. Let's just do this. And we're dialed. Okay, so. Yeah. Real guitar. This is going to be so hot, guys. Stick around. I'm going to use this Sir guitar, which is absolutely lit. John Sir. I think that's his name. He makes some of the best guitars. And I'm just going to freaking plug this guy on into the interface. Might not sound cool or good. You might just have to wait until I record it. Also, I have all these rings on. Can't really play with all these rings on. Kinda Hot in These Rhinos. Somebody name what movie that's from. If you can name Kinda Hot in These Rhinos, if you can name that reference, I'll be so impressed. Just tune in this sucker. Okay, so like maybe something like that. I'll turn this off so there's not all that latency. Maybe higher though. I don't like the Yeah. Guys, I promise that my timing is not this bad. It's the software. Oh, this is hot though. Oops. All right, I played it kind of sloppy. It's just also really loud. Let me just turn this down. If you guys have never recorded guitar, man, it can be tough. I'm just going to do one section at a time. Okay, holy smokes. That was a war of attrition. But okay. We're just lining everything up perfectly on the grid. Nice. Yes. Okay. How sick is this gonna sound with our drums? Yo. Come on, guys. You gotta admit, that sounds freaking sick. Ethan, I've heard that lowering the volume knob on guitar can kind of ruin tone. Is there any legitimacy to that? I'm guessing that a certain amount of signal will affect the tone if you're running it through like an amp, if you're running it through any kind of plugins or pedals. It can definitely affect it a lot. Yeah, so I would say that there is some legitimacy. Let's put this here. I will inevitably forget and knock it over. Okay, now we need some 80s bass to go with that guitar. This is so sick. I'm actually going to find some sort of plugin. I think... I forgot to save this sub song too. Save. File. Collect all and save. Don't forget to do that. Alrighty. Okay. Here we go. Yo. Yes. I kind of want this to be a little bit over. Yeah, just like a little bit of sauce. Covered in spicy club sauce. Man, who can name that reference? That's like the deepest cut ever. Oh my gosh. Ace Ventura, yeah, kind of hot in these rhinos. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Okay, cool. Ethan. Yep. Why do you use Ableton instead of FL Studio? I actually started on FL Studio and I loved it. Ableton is just what Skrillex used, and I was like, I want to be like Skrillex, so then I used Ableton. And Ableton's amazing. I don't ever feel like it's holding me back in any way. I do use an Apollo. I have an Apollo Quad. And for me, there's zero latency, but with the streaming software, there's just always going to be some latency. So I'm going to go ahead and look up Neural DSP and use some crazy plugin that probably none of you guys have. But that's just because I'm going to try using the tools that I have at my disposal, you know. Oh, man. Huh. You know what? Actually, I'm not. I'm just not going to use this. I don't need to. I'm going to instead, actually, frick. I should probably use Guitar Rig 6. This probably has some really good stuff in it. Let's go for Basic Chicago. I don't want something this messed up. I think I can search for clean. There's got to be clean somewhere. Character, clean. Boom. Okay. Sick, 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 sick. Absolutely sick. Let's go ahead and add a compressor to this. Probably just gentle squeeze. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I do know what I'm doing, but maybe put the compressor before. It was better after. All right. I think, honestly, I know we said OTT before. I think we might need a little OTT on the sucker. And let's put chorus. Chorus is just so sick on guitars. It's almost like required reading. It's such an obvious. This should loop. Yeah. And here is the final chef's kiss finishing touch to make any 80s style guitar sound excellent. All you have to do is put a gate on it. This will cut out all the noise in between, so it's just like. I want this to be a little bit louder. I want this to come through. Yeah. Hey, dude. Yes. This is, I know, guys, I've been spending a long time on this guitar. That's just my instincts is like, as a producer, I want everything to sound good before I move on. Let's go ahead and get into some 80s bass. I'm a Serum stan, so I gotta use Serum. I'm sorry, guys. There's so many good 80s sounds on Serum. Like, for example, this is a deep house bass. But this might be it. What are we thinking for the bass? Probably like. I mean, I know what the notes. Wait, let's see what key is in. Okay, it's in that key. Do. Do. Nice. I'm not in love with this sound, but I am in love with this pattern. We could definitely do better than this on the pattern. There is, man, Oliver just really knocked it out of the park with his 80s pack. There's like nothing that even comes like this as a freaking 80s bass. Let me show you guys. then if we like, then like a, yes. It's close. All right, I think we need to layer this with one more bass sound. So this will be like one of them, and then I think we need to do another one on top of it. Oh. All right. I'm kind of... That goes hard as a bass sound. That's kind of intense. I am going to get rid of the sub bass on one of these. All right. Let's check our drums with this. Oh! And then probably like a... Yeah, I'm live streaming, that's right. Snare with lots of reverb release, so it is 80s. Yeah, I can add some more of that. OTT is a preset in Ableton on multiband dynamics, and it's just like this, and you just drag it onto something, and it makes it sound really compressed and massive. So like... I like to drag these down, too. That's with OTT on it. I think it doesn't. You know, the whole thing probably could just go an octave higher. Yeah. And then let's do some kind of like sprinkly chime noise. Siri, initiate chime sequence. What do we got here? This might work. So I just wanted to like kind of roll the chord, which I think is in yeah, is D minor 7. Whoa! Apparently this noise is not stereo. Sorry, it's not poly. Okay, this is not what I was expecting, but it actually sounds kind of sick. Yo. I thought you. Told you to stay with my mind. It kind of seems like. I thought I wanted burn. I thought I told you this. You know? I thought I told you. Let me put some processing on his vocal. I'm just like hearing melodies, man. I'm just going for it. Audio effects rack. let's go to some stuff that I made for myself. E2, ECD. It's ECD. Oh, this one. I thought I did it. I don't know why that plugin looks like that. Slate is having a hard time. All right, everything's too loud. Let's bring it down 3 dB. We're in B flat major. We'll do it like that. I thought I told you to, but you went and said that you could. You went and said that you could. Man, this is just either going to be the greatest thing ever or completely falling apart. I thought I told you to, but you went and said that you don't. You went and said that you don't. No. Yeah. Now we're freaking cranking here. You went and said that you don't. No. 80s, baby. Let's freaking go. Maybe like take these other noises out and it's just vocals and bass. That might go hard for like a cause now it's all coming back in. Now it's all coming back, and I need you to know that I thought I wanted to go. Now that's my dude. This guitar is falling apart. This is like all the takes that weren't supposed to be there. Let's see. Okay, let's get rid of this. Oh, now it's all coming back. Why am I so flat? Now it's all coming back, and I need you to know that I thought I wanted to go. All right, I think I could definitely sound a little bit more like Rick Astley on this. Now it's all coming back, and I want you to know that now I'm channeling my inner Michael McDonald. Here we go. Now it's all coming back, and I want you to know that Don't worry, Great Britain. I didn't forget about the reverb on the snare. Here we go, verse. I thought I told you to. You went and said that you don't. No. I thought I told you, girl. You went and said that you don't. Chorus. Now it's all coming back, and I want you to know that yeah, vocal chain is tune, so the waves tune, which now Ableton has a tune, so that's good to go. I use RVox, which is essentially just a compressor. I use Slate, which right now looks freaking cracked out. I'm not sure why, but I just use this on, I think the pop vocals preset. I just add a little bit of high end basically and compress it a bit. And then I do this, which is just scooping out some of this kind of like boxy area. Like if I boost this, just getting rid of that, thinning it out. And this is a de-esser, getting rid of the S's, and then another CLA2A at the end. Not another, the only CLA2A, but it's just such a good plugin. I use it on all my vocals. But I do have, I'm pretty sure I have, like, let's see, Ableton? Yeah, I have this whole preset minus the tune with Ableton plugins. So this is like, sorry, this right here is the tune, but we already have that. So I just use sustain lead vocal. You can pause the stream and copy these settings for your own vocal, but it's just adding some high end, putting a de-esser on and compressing it again at the end. I call it compression sandwich for vocals. So basically I just think I want to compress the vocals in the beginning of the chain, and then I want to EQ them, I want to de-ess them, and then I want to compress them again after that. You can see. It sounds almost exactly the same. I think Ableton has pitch, right? Is this what I think it is? No, that's not it. Pitch informant. I don't remember what Ableton's. Oh, it is pitch informant. And so what we would do is just choose the root as B, A sharp basically. A sharp major, and what? That sounded so sick. And then I forget how to make it more accurate. There's like is it the rate? All right, there's a way to make this. I mean, right now it's working. It's doing the pitch correction, but I don't know how to adjust the speed of the pitch correction. Honestly, I'm about to pee my freaking pants. Oh, it's probably here under strength. Yeah. So you could do all my vocal processing with just Ableton plugins. OTT is good for vocals if you're doing like club bangers and you want like a really squash vocal. I usually don't use it for my type of vocal processing because I want to like, I don't know, I want to preserve the dynamics of the vocal and make it sound a little bit more special. Produce something soothing. Sparkles, me and a friend have. Okay, I have to pee so bad. Let me pee one more time and then I'll come back and we'll potentially make something really quick or wrap this up. But stick around because it'll be good. Just give me a second here before I pee my pants. When he ripped his... Going pee? Okay. What are we thinking, guys? Obviously these vocals. Oh, the fine-tune preset. Fine-tune. Maybe it's not here, but fine. I'm not seeing the fine-tune preset, but I'm sure that it exists. I'm not saying it doesn't. Let's check this. Pluto uses on vocals, but only like 40% wet. Oh, okay, got it. Is OTT good for vocals? I already covered that. Add 1,000 OTTs. Neighborhood would be sick. Me and a friend having Minecraft channel that I do the voice for. I'd love to hear a pro's opinion. Nice try, Great Britain. I'm not shouting out your Minecraft channel yet, although that doesn't mean I never will. Can you explain the vocal chain? I did a quick explanation, right? Compression sandwich. Right. See you, Great Britain. Thanks for stopping by. You can post a live stream on YouTube so people can watch it later. Yes, I am going to just leave this up posted as soon as it's done. Smooth tune preset. Tune smooth. Okay. Nice. Every time this guy live streams, he has to pee. I am not going to lie. I do have a small bladder. I have to pee all the time. Even as I'm sitting here producing, like, it's not just because I'm on the stream or nervous. I just have to pee all the time. Thanks for streaming and answering questions. Much love from Spain. All right, I'll do a really quick Q&A. So if you guys have any questions about production, I will do that. So I can just answer some of your guys' questions, hopefully help you out. Maybe you're stuck on something, and I can provide some wisdom for you. Also, I'm running a sale on my courses. So if you want access to me, you want to be able to email me your songs and get feedback on them, I do offer that for my Complete Producer Pro students. So I'm running a sale because it's Cyber Monday. You can check out the link in the description of this. Wait, I think I can just post the sale in the chat. Sale's posted in the chat, and yeah, that sale is only going on for today. So when today's over, so it's a sale. Does anyone have any for the Q&A? Someone, did you have a good Thanksgiving? Yes, I actually had a rough Thanksgiving. I'm not gonna lie. I was really trying to get my latest YouTube video out on Friday so that it would work together with like the sale and Black Friday and Cyber Monday and everything. And so I spent all day editing a video because my editor was out of town. Whatever, I don't know what he was doing. He's amazing, but he was busy that week. And so I spent Thanksgiving alone mostly. And my friend came in at the last minute and brought me a plate of Thanksgiving food, and we hung out and watched the first episode of Stranger Things. It was amazing. The next day I spent time with my family, and that was great. Super lit. But yeah, hey man, I almost learned everything I know about your videos and how to produce for my band in my bedroom. Dude, that's so sick. That is exactly what my goal is for the channel. Just to be able to teach people how to make music. Like, it's so accessible. If you have a computer, you can do it. You know, you can produce music. You can, like, obviously I used a bunch of third-party tools, but you can do all this stuff with Ableton's plugins too. And there's a lot of free sample packs out there. Which I love. I love that freaking. I don't think AI will replace producers. At least it will never replace people's desire for music made by humans. And I think for me personally, when I hear a song, you know, there may be some AI songs that slip through the cracks, and I hear them and I'm like, this melody is just so good. But knowing that a person wrote a song is what enables me emotionally to be open to letting it affect me. So if I listen to a song and I know that, like Bon Iver, Skinny Love, you listen to a song like that, or like just really any of Justin Vernon's music, it like makes me cry because I'm like, I know that he went through something tough. He found a way to communicate it beautifully musically. So for me, it's a really big deal. Like half of my enjoyment listening to something is knowing where the person came from when they were making it, or at least guessing that it came from a really tough place or a beautiful place or whatever it is, you know, and that kind of stuff. Either that, so that's one way that I become attached to music and something that AI can't replace. Another thing is that there are so many songs that are made by really good producers that I respect and really good songwriters, and I love hearing their work. So, for example, Dua Lipa, like Ian Kirkpatrick is such a great producer, and I love hearing her songs because of that. So I don't think AI is going to replace anything like that. I'm sure it will become more and more pervasive, and I want to teach people how to make music without AI. I don't want to shame people for using it. I think that it's a tool and can be used. I'm in a producer group chat with a bunch of the best producers in the world, and a lot of them are using AI in different cool creative ways to get ideas and even develop things. So no shame. I'm personally not going to use it. I don't think. I've had AI companies reach out to me trying to sponsor videos, some of the big ones, if you catch my drift, and I don't think I'm going to work with them just because I don't see it as something that I want to teach my subscribers how to use. I just want to teach them how to do it from scratch. So yeah. I also don't want to ever endorse a product that I don't personally use on my channel, which is why I've never had a sponsored video ever. So whenever I record DI, it always clips the interface regardless of the volume. Do you have any remedies for that issue with my audio interface. I would say whatever the source is, so say you're using a guitar or like you're using an OP1 or something, just turn the volume down on the source itself. So on the OP1, the volume knob's right here. Let me switch views so it's a little bit easier to see. Sorry, I know this is kind of going crazy. Where's OBS? So on my OP1, you can see the volume knob is right here, and I would just turn down the source. So if it's a guitar, turn down the source, and that should probably prevent it from clipping, hopefully. Otherwise, your interface is probably busted. I love producing, but I'm not creative at all. How can I fix that? Honestly, I will say that that's just a lie that you're believing, that you're not creative. I mean, the fact that you can type, you can formulate words, and think of something and communicate it, that is creating. You have creative energy in you, and it's up to you to harness that and put it towards something. So you can put it towards music creation. Like you could literally, you can open up, you can download Ableton. It's free for a month. So you can download Ableton and you can, find a sample pack on the internet, or you can press Command-Shift-T, make a MIDI track, highlight this, press Command-Shift-M, and open up this piano roll like this. And then you can find an instrument in Ableton. There's so many instruments. Let's just go for, this is a preset I know that Ableton comes with, grand piano. And you can literally press this headphone icon and you can just draw in notes. Now, it sounds like crap, obviously, but I'm creating right now. And that's all it takes to create is like, you just have to take initiative, set some time aside, and actually do something about it. Now, if you really want to put it on easy mode, you can click scale right here, pick your key down here to the left, and then all these notes are in the right key. So you can draw in chords like this. And then you can highlight all these notes, hold Option, drag up and skip a note, and do that again, and do that again. And then you have instant chord progression. I don't really like this now. I'll move it down. And you could drag these out again and just make it twice as long. Yeah. And Ableton has a bunch of drums too, so you could even like press Command-Shift-T, make a new MIDI track, click on drums here, and just look through the drum kits. And then drag this on. Do the same thing we just did, except program a drum beat. Like this. You are capable of double clicking. I know it. And if you can double click, you can literally program a drum beat like this. There's no reason you can't do this. We can even speed it up. Yeah. I told him. One time, and then you can just add a bass, and then it's like, then you have a freaking song. Not in drums. Let's go to instruments. We're just gonna use the first bass I found. Obviously, I'm doing this stuff fast. This bass is awful. I'm sorry. I should not have picked this bass. I apologize. Any old bass. Sorry. Let's go to instrument rack. This will be a good bass. Here we go. I also just realized I somehow got rid of the other synth on accident when I put it in. Here we go. So, you're capable of doing this. This was like 3 minutes, and then you can just come up with words.
come up with words and say it over the top and spin it around like a clock. Come up with words.
And then you can use my Ableton vocal processing from before. Where is it? Ableton vocal processing. And then
come up with words and say it over the top and spin it around like a clock. Come up with words and say it over the top and spin it around like a clock.
Anyway, yes, that's me answering those questions. Okay, so there was a question that was really good. Any must-have free resources for starting out? Honestly, like YouTube, tutorials on YouTube are goated. I would say it's worth shelling out for Ableton and getting Ableton. Splice is not free, but it's amazing. It has so many good samples. Serum is the best synth in my opinion. You can do rent to own on that. In terms of actually full-on free resources, there's a synth called Helm, Helm, that has a bunch of amazing presets, so that's a good one. Cymatics has so many good presets, Cymatics, Cymatics. They have a bunch of amazing samples for any EDM genre, so that's another thing that's free that's worth checking out. In terms of free DAWs, I just recommend getting Ableton. Try it for 30 days, and if you don't fall in love with it, then I'm sure there are some free options that I've never tried. How can I be more creative? That is you being more creative is going to be setting time aside to create. And the more that you flex that muscle, at first it's going to be like, maybe you've never been to the gym before and you try to do a squat and you're like, oh, this feels so awkward. Don't put any weight on the bar. Don't put pressure on yourself. Just open up Ableton and try just tinkering around a little bit. You can watch my tutorial. I have a video tutorial on Ableton and you can learn all that stuff. And it's, I promise that it's a lot easier than you think. You just have to set time aside and show up regularly. And then all of a sudden you'll start realizing how to create different sounds. And, it could be a long journey, but it will be a beautiful and rewarding journey if you actually give it a chance. Right. So how can I be more creative? That's what I would say. I love producing, but not creative. Okay. What's my favorite key? My favorite key right now is probably D major. Because of this chord right here. Where is it? Where are you, OBS? I got to show you guys. Here we go. This, because of this chord right here. I just love that chord. Like if you're just riffing, it's just so beautiful. That's a saucy one. Come on. Oh, baby. I feel God in this Chili's. All right. So Dynabomb, I am putting out a dubstep tutorial on YouTube very soon. So keep an eye out for it. It's going to be lit. I also think that you're one of my course students, right? If you are, just message me or email me and I'll send you the video in advance. You can check it out. Add me to your group chat. I'm sorry, that's not on me. Someone else added me to the group chat, and I don't feel like I have the authority to add people to it. I love Purdue. All right, so Ethan, you are the best. Buy his course. Thanks, Dynabomb. I didn't even see that chat before. Out there putting my first song, artists like Bad Sax, Daily Ray was amazing. Yeah. So, yeah, shout out to Dynabomb. He's 13 years old, and he's honestly one of, like, the most incredible producers that I've ever seen come through my program. And he's making super sick songs. You guys should check him out on Spotify. For example, my sample pack. Awesome. Princey MW, if you have a sample pack, yeah, go get his sample pack. I'm sure I've never heard it. I can't recommend it, but if it's free, hey, it's free. Produce an AI track. I'm not going to do that right now. I might do a video on AI in the future, but for where I'm at, part of my creative process, all of my creative process is creating stuff from scratch, what I call from scratch. And I want to promote that, and I want to teach other people how to do that. So that's my stance for AI right now. The Ableton double bass. Yes, Ableton does have some really, really sick sounds. I know, any bass, not that one. It was a bad bass, I'm not going to lie. All right, Kanye. Yeah, we never did the high-pitched Kanye vocals. What I would say is just like for vocals,
come up with words and say it over.
Just use this pitch right here.
Words and say it over the top and spin it around like a
Add a delay.
Words, say it over the top and spin it around like a clock.
That was one of the best bars I've ever come up with personally. Too churchy, come on. I love the churchy chords. Ableton is too geeky. Ableton is for nerds. Fruity Loops is for cool kids. I started on Fruity Loops, and Fruity Loops is lit. I agree, but Ableton's my favorite. The best AI workstation. Suno's probably the best. They gave me a free trial. I kind of started to use it a little bit, and then I just got busy, so I haven't given it an honest try. Any reason why electric guitar audio sounds low and muffled when recording through an interface into Ableton? That probably has to do with your monitoring, I would say. For my Apollo, it sounds pretty clear and pretty loud, just as long as it's actually loud enough. The signal going in is loud enough. Dubstep not cool anymore. Eurodance is cool. It's an Arrested Development quote followed by an Office quote. I freaking love both of those shows a lot. Why not use the power of AI? For me, because it there's the power of AI, and then there's the fun and excitement of making it yourself. And for me, that's why I like making music. So it literally removes the thing that I like about making music. If I want to listen to music, I'll listen to artists that I know their heart and soul went into like the writing of it, or I really love and respect the producers and writers on the song. So for me, AI doesn't have a huge place. I would say actually some use cases for AI is like if I'm making for orchestral stuff, it's cool. And I think for certain background music, like, I don't know, for certain like cinematic stuff, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I probably won't get into it for a while. I have friends that are breathing down my neck about trying to make videos on it, trying to make a course on it and stuff. And so I'm more open to it than I was before, but still. It's like, why would I use AI to do this? When I like playing the notes and hearing the notes. It's like, that's a fun experience. I could listen to an AI version of Claire de Lune on my headphones, but for me, I like making music. That's like what my whole channel is about, is making music. And when a plugin does that for you, there are people who aren't going to want to learn Claire de Lune. There are people who aren't going to want to learn how to program drums, how to make a chord progression, how to sing, how to write, how to mix, how to master, any of that stuff. But then there's a whole big group of people who do want to learn how to do it. Like for painting or cooking, I want to paint something. There's a reward in that. It's fun to put an effort towards something and create something and learn from it and reiterate and repeat. And AI removes that. And so for me, using it would remove the joy of making music. But no shame. I think that a lot of people are going to get into music production through AI, and I love that. So I'm here to support that. All right. Let's see. What happened to making music while you eat and sit in a series? The series didn't do well, and I just, it was a lot of effort and a lot of like social effort to sit in there and talk to a camera in the middle of a fast food restaurant, like with people walking by and staring at me, and all that effort socially and just in general was too much for the reward when I can just teach you guys from the studio and it's more helpful. Although it was a fun series to try. Okay. All right. Started in FL, switched to Ableton. You guys are really talking a lot about DAWs here. The power of AI just comes in from stealing human artists. All right. AI is creepy. I don't like it. All right. So, yeah. I think unless you guys have any other questions pertaining to music production or songwriting or anything like that, let me know. You guys can keep chatting it out down there. I know that you guys are having your own discussion. Yes, there are moral implications. There's a lot. It's a big topic, and unfortunately, it's not something that can just like easily be glossed over. It's not like, oh, okay, all of a sudden we're done talking about AI. It's going to be a thing from now on, and I'll probably have to address it multiple times. For me, though, for my channel, the direction of the channel, I probably won't do AI tutorials. I'll probably try to cater to the people who want to build stuff from scratch because they get joy out of that. And yeah, I don't want to also be somebody who shames people who do use AI. Obviously, it's different. There's a different reward and a different sense of ownership for creating something using AI or working from scratch in a DAW and using like analog plugins. There's different layers to all of it. Synthesizers are essentially like AI was, or drum machines. It's like a drum machine plays the drums for you. What are you talking about? I'm a drummer. I'm never going to use a drum machine. And here we are. Drum machines are even ancient. Now we have Ableton that plays stuff for you. And it's just like, there's layers. AI in a sense is a tool, and there's a lot that I could say there. But for now, my tutorials will be how to produce music from scratch on your own in Ableton on a computer and that sort of stuff. And yeah, I am going to stream more. Thank you, T Perry, for saying that. I am definitely going to stream more and do probably some like fixing my subscribers songs, do live streams like that as well. Just also as a quick shout out, I know a lot of you guys watch my YouTube videos and you see me like pitch my course at the end of every video. Today for Cyber Monday, I'm running like a huge discount on my course, and you can check it out. There's a link in the description of this video. I'll drop it in the chat as well. And yeah, you can get my course for way cheaper for today only. Otherwise, yeah, the discount's just going to end tomorrow. So keep that in mind. If you want to join my course, today is the cheapest it's ever going to be. I do run a sale for my birthday, but that's not until May. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to sell it for, I think today is the cheapest it is the whole year. So if you want to get my course, I got to pitch it in there. I have no shame about promoting a product that I know is helping hundreds and hundreds of people make amazing music. And also it's helpful because I can give you feedback on your work. I have people hitting me up on email asking me to give them feedback that are just like subscribers or just, people. And I have to tell them I only give feedback to my students because I want to like protect their investment in the course. And I also want to protect my time. So I'm not just like giving feedback all day, but I do give feedback to my course students. And I do drink Airborne. My birthday is in May, and I run a sale on my birthday too. But I'm just saying, if you want to get my course for a discount, you should get it now, so you don't have to wait until my birthday to get another discount. How long does it take for a beginner producer to start making money? That's a great question. I think honestly, if you want to do it on your own, it might take a while to get your songs to sound good. I don't want to just plug my course, but it legit would have saved me so much time if I had my course, like when I started producing music, if I had 150 videos that like laid everything out step by step, it definitely would have cut probably like a full year at least off of my learning time and my ability to make money. Because really what making money in music is like you want to be able to deliver a product to somebody, a produced song that's up to a certain caliber or standard that they're willing to pay for. And the best model to actually make money in music is what Parker Walbeck calls from free to fee. So at first you don't charge anything. You're just like, I'm gonna make a song for you for free, and you can listen to it. You could sell it, whatever, if you want to work out some agreement with getting a split on the royalties, or you can just make it for free. I'll make a song for you for free, and the next time I want to charge you. This is how much I want to charge you on the next one. If you like the first one, I just want to know. I want your word that you're gonna be willing to work with me again, and you're gonna be able to pay me on the next song. And so, yeah, you do a lot of work for free. You get good. You get up to a certain standard, and then people are willing to pay you for your work. And for me, that's exactly what I did. Well, I just put out a bunch of music for free, and people heard it and then started approaching me wanting to work with me. And everything was through word of mouth. I didn't have to promote myself at all. It was like people knew that I was a good producer, and they wanted my good production on their songs. I did a lot of ghost production, so there's a lot of songs out there with other people's names on it that I produced. Nothing crazy, probably nothing that you've heard, but I went that route because I wanted to make money. And eventually I was able to kind of get out of that, and thank God for Complete Producer in this whole business, because I don't have to do that kind of work anymore, thanks to you guys. But yeah, I would say from free to fee, you could probably start. Honestly, if I had to start over and I didn't have any musical background, I would give it 6 months before you can really start considering it like a legit side hustle. But if you have any musical background at all, maybe you play an instrument or you just like love listening to music, I would say probably within like 2 to 3 months, you could start making songs with your friends like in a week. It's not that hard, especially with my tutorials. Like all the information is there. It's up to you to apply it. So you could within a couple months, I would say, giving it an honest try, reaching out to people trying to produce songs for them, and then just charging X amount of money, maybe $200 a song. Then the next time you get a new client, you could charge $500 a song. For me, I started around $500 per song, and I grew to like $2,000 per song. Some songs were more like $5 to $10 grand. But that's, that's not as common. All right. Anything else? These are the worst things you can do to earn money. Yeah, it's one of the hardest ways to earn money, but once you get past a certain threshold, you can make a lot of money in music. I would say, though, the people that I know who make music and get the most joy out of it are people who have a day job and then they make music as well, and they put that music out. So there's not this pressure for the music to pay for everything, because when your hobby becomes a living, it ruins the magic of it in a lot of ways. I mean, a lot of people think they want to be a professional producer full time, and then it's like, music used to be the thing that you loved to do after work. You'd come home, I can't wait to work on that song some more. And then all of a sudden it's your whole day. And at the end of the day, you have to have another hobby that like helps you decompress from making music all day. So just really consider, how much you want music to actually be a living, when most of the people that I know who love making music have a day job and they make music too. And that's what keeps music special. Like literally, I didn't like producing music as a job, in the sense that I was very grateful for it, but in a lot of ways it ruined producing music. And now that I get to teach people how to make music as a job, making music is fun again in a lot of ways. So, also marriage, I'm a Taurus. Zodiac signs. You guys are crazy in these comments. Okay. So, yeah. That's the stream. We have a good amount of viewers, actually. We have 44 people watching right now. I'm like, do I just keep going? Everything that I produced for other clients, I'm not allowed to talk about. It's with ghostwriting and ghost producing. Usually you have to sign an NDA. So, yeah, I can tell you about songs that I have produced that I didn't sign an NDA for, that I'm proud of. Like, for example, here we go. Here we freaking go. Let's see. Nice. Can you guys see this? Hopefully this comes up. All right. Like Mark Barlow. We're actually working on his third album right now. But Mark Barlow, this whole album, Soul Hymns, I produce, which has like so many millions of streams. What's crazy about this album is we literally made this EP in like a week. And I'm not going to lie, no shade to Mark, but when he came up to me and wanted me to make an album for him, he didn't have a following. He was just, we called him Radio Disney because he sang like Radio Disney. He was like a theater kid. And to have an album called Soul Hymns was like very, very, very weird. Hang on, I'm moving this down a little bit so you can see it. But then he released Soul Hymns and it got traction. Literally, this is his first EP. And it just got millions and millions of streams. And we spent a week producing it. And I wasn't even like that great of a producer at the time when this was made in 2019. So, yeah, that's a freaking miracle. I have some other projects too. Like Dropout was my another EDM project that I did with my friend Ray. And my friend Selden used to be in it too. It used to be 3 of us. And this project streamed like crazy. Like every song we put out got over 1 million streams pretty much. And that was just like right time and place, I guess. There's Candyland. Obviously, this is my first project that actually took off and did well. Where is it? And a lot of this stuff actually that's out, I didn't produce because I quit the project for a while. Josie worked with other producers. And so like this Hold remix, I didn't make Speechless. This is a remix. This one, I don't think I did. Yeah. So a lot of this I didn't make. I didn't make Touch Me. I did make Rattle remix. I did make Nirvana. And I did make like all the stuff that came out before I left the project that built the project too. But there's that. There's a band that I'm in called Family Band. We haven't put anything out for a long time, but all this stuff is lit. This is stuff that I have produced that I'm proud of. I think I have a playlist actually called Songs I've Worked on. Ryland's FaceTiming me, trying to freaking blow up the stream. Yeah, I have this, Songs I've Worked on. This is just like a bunch of different projects that I've done. Did some stuff with Jackson Guthrie. There's a lot. There's a lot out there, but TBH doesn't really matter. I mean, it does matter. It's a great track record to have, but I think I just try to use what I've made to qualify myself as a teacher, like, hey, I've been there, I've done that, and then if people have questions about how I made something, I can answer those questions for them. Oh, I'll do a breakdown on my song Nirvana. I should, but the project is like on my laptop, and so none of the plugins would be up. But that is something I will consider because that song is sick and has a lot of this stuff. Should 4,000. It's only been producing my okay. Songs you produce that are like popular. I've only been producing for a month, and it's thanks to you that your content has helped me learn quickly. I just want to thank you. Also, dogs or cats. Studio Stratos. I'm so glad that the videos are helping you. Seriously, that's awesome. And I honestly want both. I grew up with both, and I would love both. Hopefully, whoever I marry is not allergic to dogs or cats, because I would love both. If I had to pick, I'd probably pick dogs just because they're generally more affectionate, but I've had some really affectionate cats too, and I love cats way more than most people do. Okay, I have an Instagram. You can look up Ethan C. Davis Music, so at Ethan C. Davis Music. I do have an Instagram for the Complete Producer, but I haven't built it out yet, really. There's not really any content on there, although I'm going to. I have a guy working on shorts for me, and it's going to be lit. But Ethan C. Davis Music is my personal Insta. That's what I'm using right now. How do I come up with a good vocal melody? Honestly, Beanbag, I would just make a loop like in Ableton. So let's go into Ableton really quick. I would just play a chord progression over and over like this. And then just sing whatever melodies come to mind over it. Like, obviously it sounds bad, my singing, it's like all over the place. But what you want to do is just record any ideas that come to mind, and don't try to sort through them as they're coming out. Just sing the most natural melodies you can think of, whatever seems natural and sounds good to you. And then afterwards you can go through and find the best melodies that you thought were there, and you can cut them out. You can even change the color and sort through, find all the best parts, and then use the most catchy, memorable melody as your chorus and break stuff down after that. That's like a very quick way to explain what I explain in my courses. But yes, that's a good question. Yeah, I would just say for writing a song, you want to come up with a good concept. So like falling in love, heartbreak, whatever it is, having a good day. Concept, chords, which I just showed you, those chords. And then melody. So you just want to sing melodies over those chords until you come up with your favorite melodies, and then lyrics. Craft some lyrics to those melodies. That's how you write a song. Dude, my portion makes me cry so much too, Alex. That's a great shout out. Yesterday they played it at church, and I cried. Pretty sure I cried. How do you make stuff like Mirror from Kendrick Lamar? I have never heard that song before. That's so funny, Dynabomb, that you know Healy's by Dropout. That's crazy deep cut. Mirror Kendrick. Let me look this up really quick. I'm listening to Mirror. This is sick. That would take a while to get into, but I can tell you one thing that would help is the 5-element formula. So just drums, bass, mids, vocals, and effects. Break down each of those. As you're listening to the song, think, how would I recreate these drums? And then listen to the bass. How would I redo this bass? And then the mids, all the synths and stuff, and his vocals and effects. I could potentially get into that in another stream, but that's a lot. That's a lot to dive into right now. I do have a sick dubstep tutorial coming out. If you guys have any more tutorial suggestions for my channel too, drop them in the chat and let me know. Also playing in the scale of the song key. Yep, that's a good one. Thank you that you love my videos, Beanbag 59. I appreciate that. I do put a lot of work into them. Hey, Ethan, I'm a really big fan of yours, and I'm also a musician. I'm trying to learn music production, even enrolled in an academy, but I'm not able to do anything. I'm blank all the time. Please help. Well, you got to make time for it. There's some quote, I forget who says it, but they're like, I only work when inspiration strikes, and inspiration strikes every day at 9 a.m. It's like you have to make a choice and choose that you're going to show up every day at a certain time and put some effort into creating something. And I would say too, if sometimes ideas just strike randomly throughout the day and you don't have time to go in and explore that idea, you should just keep a note in your phone and just type out your ideas. I do that for songwriting where I'm like, oh, wow, that's a great idea. I don't have time to work on it right now. I will make a catalog of ideas that I can pull on when I do sit down. I have that time set aside to work on it. And so then at 9 a.m., whatever time you set, you show up, you already have a catalog of ideas, and you put some effort into it. So put some effort into it. That's my suggestion. Also, if that academy is not designed in a way that's helping you make music, then, get a refund. Take my courses. I have a discount on my courses right now. Link in the description of the chat. Check it out. Or not in the chat, in the, what's it called? Description. Or, maybe just put a little bit more effort into the academy that you already have. I'm not trying to compete with anyone. I don't have Pro L2. How would I go about mastering my songs without paid plugins? I have a video where I cover that. I think I cover that exclusively. There's a video called The Last 25%. Hang on, let me see what it's called. I'll get you the exact title. But I have a video where I cover how to master stuff with Ableton plugins. And that way, you know exactly what to do. Let's do... frick, where is that video? Hang on, I'm going to find it for you just so I can get the title. Oh, it's called What Pro Producers Do That You Don't. This makes all the difference. That's what the video is called. It's kind of a long title. It came out April 4th, 2023. At the end of that video, or I think in the middle of it, I cover a mastering method. I believe I cover it with Ableton plugins. Yeah. So investigate that video. If not, shoot me an email and I can... Yeah, I think that I do cover it in that video. If I don't cover it, just shoot me an email at ethan@completeproducersupport.com and I'll send you a video about mastering. Okay, we can't hear the song on Spotify. Yeah, that's actually intentional because I don't want to get copyright strike, or I don't want them to come after me. Do you do much that's just pure instrumental EDM, or do you pretty much focus on songs with vocals? For me, I used to do a lot of stuff. Wow, this is kind of bright on my face, huh? I used to do a lot of stuff that was mostly pure production, and that helped me a lot as a producer. But for me, what makes me experience a song emotionally usually is lyrics and words and melodies through a voice. So that really that speaks to me the most. So I want to recreate that for other people. Also, it helps me communicate my ideas musically. Like that's what makes me buy into even making a song in the first place, is I have an idea or a concept that I feel like is worth trying to communicate to other people, and that's almost always through words and not necessarily just through melodies or production. Although I did almost make an entire EP that was instrumental, but I lost steam with it, although it was cool. Hybrid trap tutorial, maybe in the future. How about an electro swing tutorial? I literally don't even know what electro swing is, but I'm guessing it's stuff that's in like 3/4 or 6/8 time signature. I actually cover that, or I show an example of that in my latest YouTube video towards the end. You can check it out, but might not be what you're looking for. I'm not sure. I second the bass house request. Yeah, bass house could be sick. I might do that. I'm a full-time musician now. I've literally left everything for music, but I'm completely blank now. Big fan from India, and I'm thinking of getting a course from you. The best. Wow, thank you. That's awesome that you're able to be a full-time musician. Let me just say that. That's like legendary. A lot of people want to be able to do that. And for you, when you say you're blank, is it just like you're not inspired, or you don't have ideas? Because I would say if you're blank, you're wanting to improve as a producer, find songs that you love, songs that inspire you, drag those songs into Ableton and try to recreate them, and use the 5-element formula. So recreate the drums, then recreate the bass, the mids, the vocals, and the effects. You can skip the vocals if you want to, or give it an honest try and try to redo them yourself. But when you recreate another song, you grow so much as a producer. It's actually the fastest way to improve as a producer, is recreating someone else's song. So I'd really recommend that if you're feeling stuck, and then utilizing my method of having a note and keeping ideas throughout the day as you live your life. Write them down, and then you'll begin your sessions with a whole list of ideas. If you have Ableton Suite, then Roar is really good for mastering. Oh, cool. Yeah, there's a lot of methods for mastering. I use a limiter on the master because I was taught that by one of the best mixing and mastering engineers that I personally know. This guy's mixing stuff for Skrillex. This guy's doing stuff for Lady Gaga, all these legendary people. And also, I just recently watched a video on Mix with the Masters, And this guy used Pro L on a Remy Wolf song, and he did exactly what I do. He just put it on the master and essentially turned up the song and made sure it was loud enough. He might have done like a little bit of EQ, but yeah, it does not take much, guys. Let me tell you. Oh, sick. Okay, so I did change the bit rate in OBS. This is going way back to the beginning of the stream, and it did actually come through smoother, apparently. Okay, any other questions before I leave? I'll give like 1 or 2 minutes just for questions, and then otherwise, I'm going to get the heck out of here. Probably even going to pee again. I don't know. Upload another video. I do have a dubstep tutorial that's so sick. I can actually show you guys the song from it really quick because it's lit, just while you type in your questions. All right, forget about this. We'll just delete. Hope you guys are ready. Also, I got the new Mac Studio with 500 gigabytes of RAM, and it's a monster. It does not take long to open stuff. Okay, I'll play this dubstep song for you, and then I will answer any remaining questions, and we'll wrap it up. Guess who's back with it? Ready? The video for this tutorial is coming out pretty soon. I don't know, maybe a week, 2 weeks. It goes hard. I just realized this whole time you guys are just looking at my face. I forgot to switch OBS back to Ableton. I'm sorry. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Let's just go from the drop. All right, here we go. Guess who's back with a... Wait, can you guys actually not hear it? That's even more cringe. Oh my gosh, bro. What am I doing? Can you hear it now? Hang on. Let me know. Let me know if you can hear it now. Rip. I was literally... Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Here we go. Guess who's back with the beat? I think we can hear it now. Let's see. Yeah. It goes so hard. Guess who's back with the beat? It goes hard. Yo. These are like freaking Zomboy Skrillex drums right here. Fire. And then this freaking whoop whoop. And this guy. This noise. I use the beat thing. Anyway, this is my next tutorial that's coming out. I don't know, probably a week, 2 weeks. I just put out a video on producing that covers like how to produce the #1 song in the world and the last song that was the #1 song in the world. So definitely check that out. But this is going to be my dubstep tutorial. This is the song that I ended up making, and it's going to be a sick tutorial. I think you guys are going to love it. I'm also apologize for you guys not being able to hear anything. Return track effect. Can you tell what's the best way to add reverb or delay on vocals on Ableton by using? The best way is literally just to turn up the send and return. So like right here are your sends and returns, and just turn it up. And Ableton has reverb on the send track to begin with, or on the return. Who's back with a... Guess who's back with a... And what this does is it adds reverb on top of the vocal. So if you just drag a reverb directly onto the vocal channel, like down here, so we go to like audio effects and we drag reverb directly onto it like this. As we turn the dry wet up, we lose the actual vocal. Like it's way far in the back. But if we do it with a return, send and return, right here we can send the vocal to this return track. Guess who's back with a... And we keep the original dry vocal and we add reverb on top of that. So that's why sends and returns are good. And then you can double click right here on your sends and returns and adjust, you know, the reverb and the delay. Anyway, sick AF drop. Thank you. I think it's pretty sick. And I'm glad that I've not disappointed. It feels like I'm watching a car porn. Car porn? Car porn. No idea what that is. He has a whole video on vocal processing in Ableton that I think covers that. Yes, I do. Thank you for pointing that out. Hey, Ethan, thank you for your videos. You are doing a really wonderful job for the community. Keep going. Dude, thank you. You know, most people just need a little bit of encouragement in their life, especially young men. It really helps to encourage them. And I'm part of that. So for you guys to say those nice words that you've been saying all stream, I, for real, really appreciate that a lot. Yeah, it means a lot to me. I think words of affirmation is a really big love language for me and for most people who don't get a lot of it in their life, or not as much as they need, or didn't get as much as they needed growing up, which is probably most of us. Okay, great. When will I stream next? Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you thought it was fun. I actually love streaming. It's so fun. I love streaming so much that I think I'm going to start a separate channel and stream like gaming and just everything that isn't music production. I'm trying to think about how to market that and how to push that, but that would be so fun. Because I play games like Chivalry 2, Magic the Gathering, chess, stuff like that. And yeah, I have so much fun doing that. So I think I might do that as a stream. Should I layer drums? Yes, but I would try to just find the best sample for each job that you're doing. So like for these drums, for the snare, it's a snare by itself. I gotta put these on real quick. Snare by itself. And then I added this clap. So it's a snare and a clap. And that's it. I'm not layering a ton of stuff. For these hi-hats, there's this and that, and together, they actually do work pretty well together. And then there's an open hi-hat. For dubstep, I usually layer drums a little bit like that. But honestly, for most production, most songs, I'm not doing a lot of layering, because usually the best policy is just to find the best singular sample. Usually you layer stuff when you don't have a very good sample and you're trying to improve it, when you could just find a better sample to begin with. So that's what I'd recommend. Gracie Abrams tutorial. It's possible I could do that in the future. That would be... thank you, Dynabomb, for saying you'd watch me game. I would love to do that, so that would be super sick. Gracie Abrams, I could thank you that you love my videos. That means a lot to me. It's just cool that I can like relay information. People are able to actually process it, and it's actually helpful for them. It's very cool. I could do a Gracie Abrams style tutorial depending on what song you're thinking of or what song she puts out coming up. That sort of stuff. I think that she's tremendously talented, though. Man, I got late just doing live, but minutes have been great. Oh, great. Yes, I'm going to try to stream like once a week, so maybe I'll just do Mondays at noon and try to keep that going. I don't want to make any promises because I don't know. I'm still trying to like structure my life and figure out when makes the most sense, but I do really like streaming, and it's something that is life-giving to me, so I think I'm going to try to keep that up. For music structure, yes, I have a song called Songwriting that is going to help you a lot in terms of structure. So just look up Ethan Davis Songwriting on YouTube and you should be able to find it. I cover structure in another video too called The Single Fastest Way to Improve as a Producer. So check out those two videos and those should help you. Can you make French House on the Eiffel Tower? That would be absolutely insane. The difference between a drum and a kick is drums encapsulate all drums. So toms, snares, cymbals, the whole drum kit. But kick is just the kick drum. So it's just the big one at the bottom that you use a foot pedal to play. And yeah, hopefully that makes sense. I just realized that was out of focus. Yeah, while I'm here, thank you guys so much for watching. I am selling my course. I sell my courses. So I have all this free content on YouTube that like you can use and you can make great music. You don't actually need the course. The course is for people who want to learn quicker. They want feedback on their music. They want a community to like grow with, and they want everything chronologically broken down step by step in a really easy to follow format. YouTube is a bit more scattered, and my course is like over 150 videos. None of those are on YouTube. It's a whole separate course. There's a bit of music theory that's also on my YouTube channel, but everything else is its own thing. And yeah, this is the cheapest any of my courses are ever going to be because it's Cyber Monday. The link is in the description of the stream, so you can check it out there if you want to get it. And let me know if you have any questions. You can just email me at ethan@completeproducersupport.com, and I'll email you back. Most likely, unless you try to spam me. Then maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just mark you as spam. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for the stream today. Double check any comments. Oh, wow. Shout out to Serbia. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that. Frugal Mo right now is wondering if you provide a payment plan for the course since it's a bit out of my budget for months right now. So basically what I can do is normally there's a split payment option for my course where you can pay half up front and then half in a month. But right now, since the discount is like so extreme, it's basically half off as it is. But if you need to wait until next month to afford it, you can just shoot me an email about that at ethan@completeproducersupport.com. I do need to get Serum too. I know. It's incredible. Hi, which version of Ableton would you recommend for a beginner? I would recommend Ableton Standard. I spent my whole career on Ableton Standard and never felt like I needed to upgrade. I have Suite now just so I can use Suite to like listen to students' work and stuff if they send me Suite project files. But yeah, I think you'd be good. And Ableton is a one-time purchase, and you can make any genre with it. Yeah, and they have a 30-day trial. So I would get Ableton Standard. If you want to be like very future-proof and above and beyond, I would get Ableton Suite. But honestly, I think you're better off getting Ableton Standard and then getting Serum as a third-party synth, and then you have like a great package. And then also Splice is amazing for samples and that sort of stuff. All right, I have to pee really bad. But yeah, if anyone wants to join my course, you can. There's a link in the description. Today is the cheapest it's ever going to be. It's never going to be cheaper than today, and today is the only day of the year where I have my Cyber Monday discount. And that it's ending in 9 hours and 32 minutes. All right, thanks guys so much for watching, for real. This has been really, really fun for me, and we made some interesting songs today. And I will see you guys. I'll probably see you next Monday. I'll try and post an announcement in my YouTube communities area so you can check. But I love doing these streams, and I love that you guys showed up. 40 of you guys consistently, which is freaking sick. That's like a whole classroom of people. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Thanks so much, IZO 10th, for saying I rock. Appreciate that. Title Tiltiorchir. Man, some of these usernames are too hard to say. Carlson. Thanks guys so much for watching, and I will attempt to end the stream now, and we'll see you guys next week. Remember to stop making excuses and start making music.